But yeah, how's it going? It's been a while, and I feel like what the heck? Who is spamming me? Of course, bro. Go away. It's been a while, and I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering where I have been for the past couple, possibly a month. I don't know if it's been a month, but I'll say it's a month. And of course, if you guys are wondering, I am not in full body, so we're just gonna make this video for you guys. But I feel like it's something that we should talk about because it's after from the latest video. I feel like to let you guys know what's been going on. So let's get right to the video. All right, so what happened been going on? Ugh. What happened is that I decided to take like a week off of uploading, like not a week, but it was supposed to be a week off of me making videos, or like possibly a couple weeks, but it's been a lot of things going on, personal life, and I would love to share with you guys on that because you guys checked out my channel. So I want to let you guys know is that when I was dealing with personal stuff, I was having an issues with my family, and half of my family, I think one of them moved all the way to Texas, and I kind of like miss her because she was my sister, and well, she is my sister, but she moved to Texas because they had a higher job application over there, and they're paying her and her husband a lot of money. So of course, that's been going really good, for them. And for me, I'm stuck here where I live. And my goal is to move to Texas. But since I have a lot of things going on here, I don't have the resources to go over there. So after my sister moved to Texas, I was dealing with a lot of personal stuff at work. Half of the people that used to work at my job, I think like now 50% of the people that worked at McDonald's actually like left. So no one that really works at McDonald's don't want to work there anymore, and half of the people still wants to leave McDonald's. I did try to quit, and then my boss told me to not quit. She didn't want me to quit. So I was like, okay, like I don't want to fire you and I don't want you to quit, so can we talk? And I was like, okay. So we talked, and she upped up my pay. She gave me a whole week off, and because it was very overwhelming, especially since I was doing mostly everything myself and trying my very best to help this person work since this person's new. So, but it was just really, really stressful for me. And knowing me, I like to make sure that like my job is, everyone's doing the best that they can, and I try not to put pressure onto them. So, I want to let you guys know that like I didn't forget none of you guys. I mean, you guys are still, I love you guys. So just wanted to let you guys know that I'm not dead. So, but I feel like I should have said it in the first part of the video. So, but I normally been dealing with a lot of family issues and a lot of work issues, relationship issues, with comes to friends and family, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I probably might be making more content since my job is now they're making it where I can't work as much because half of the people has left and they don't have any people to work on these certain shifts. So right now my boss is trying to find more people to work, like that wants to work. And since it's very hard to find people that want to work in a fast food place because no one likes to work in fast food, and of course, it's always been like that. So she is cutting my hours, and I'm just pretty much working through once every 2 days a week. So I mean, it's good pay. I still get paid a lot more than I did before, but as I said, I did apply for another job, and they said they were gonna let me know when I'm gonna when they're gonna open up their applications again. But I already applied there, but I guess that didn't go well because they decided to not take me. But it's totally fine. I mean, I'm still trying to apply other places, but at the same time, yeah. But mostly when it comes down to work, I mean, people are just really into that. Like, they just don't want to commit to their job, and they just quit. People just hate their job, and I'm like, okay. I mean, all we can do so far is that to do our best, but that doesn't help with everyone in their own cases because everyone's different. But it is what it is, though. I can't force upon them what they want to do. It's their life and how they want to work. But at work we should treat everyone like as a team, not just as a one individual person. I don't know if I said it right, but yeah. But I just wanted to let you guys know on that I'm still alive. I'm probably gonna be making more content, but I do have a lot more to talk about. I feel like that's something that would need to be brought up. I was dealing with a lot of depression coming from like work and family, because I found out that that when I was filling out me and my mother back in like 2000, when I was 19 years old. Well, 19 years, actually I don't think I was 19. I had been a little younger. So we went to the town hall, and supposedly the social security people were trying to figure out who called me in for a guardianship. I find out that it was my mother, and my mother doesn't want to be my guardian no more. For me, I didn't know that she didn't want to be my guardian. I thought like she said that she's just saying that she can't do all this other stuff that she wants to do for me. And then I'm just telling her that you have never done none of those things for me. I'm not going to say that my mom wasn't the best mom. I mean, we all know that every parents are not always the best. And, they try to do their best, but, but it's like when you find out that your parent called for ownership and just to remove me out of ownership, remove me out of like for her to be my mom, it affects an impact in your life. And I'm not supposed to say anything because my lawyer told me not to say anything to anyone about that specific day. Wait until the 24th and wait till the 29th of this, pretty much on this day. So I had to wait until that day. So my mom does not want me, and my sister tries to tell me that she does want me, she does love me. I mean, like for me, it's just that my mom shows a lot more affection onto my two sisters. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I grew up without a father, so I don't know how it is to be raised from a dad respected, but I know how it feels to be raised by a bit of a love from a mother, because I didn't get much love from my mom when I was young. Like, my mom wasn't a good mom at the time back in the day, but normally when it comes down to stuff like that, is that it affects me more because my older sister does not like me. She tries to say that she cares about me, but 90% of the time they've just been attacking me, telling me that I'm wrong, telling me this, and that. I used to make like videos back in the day where like I used to make anime music videos, and they didn't like that. They didn't like my work. They didn't like how I did this, did that. So 90% I would make like small videos, real life stuff with me and my boys back in the day where we grew up, like childhood friends, and we would do a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, they used to witness my family disowning me. Like I felt like they were ashamed of me, and the reason they try to put me into this spot is that they wanted me to feel destroyed. It's like something like they weren't happy for the things I did, and I would always try to do my best. All I wanted was appreciation from my mom to tell me that I'm like she's proud of me. I wanted my sister to tell me that she's happy that I'm like she's proud of me for what I did, something unique. But I never got that, and it was always been like that for years, and it hasn't even gone to that point. And then when I finally decided, I was like, you know what, this has been like going on for years on end. I gave up and I wanted to seek my own thing. So I said, I don't care if they not appreciate me. I don't care if they don't accept me or I mean, a lot of people it's not going to accept anyone, It's like people are just want to be their own person. But I wanted to be accepted by my mother, but it didn't look like she was accepting me. And it was more like after I told her what I wanted her to say, she finally says it after I tell her, and I said, you're too late, because you only want to say it now because I don't want to be around you anymore. So I said, this is where I was like, I don't want to be around with my mom anymore, because it shouldn't take me years to prove myself that I'm worth something, to her and to my older sister. Like, it took my younger sister, like the middle-aged sister, she finally, before she moved, she finally sees that I'm worth something. She finally sees that I care, I love them, and, I want to be part of this family, But my mother and my older sister, the firstborn, they don't care about me. I feel like I could have just, I tried talking to them. I could have just done something, possibly I could have just change something, maybe understand them, but it's more like they couldn't understand me. Like my first older sister, is that me and her don't really get along anymore, and I try to explain to her that things that she's doing is wrong, and she tells me that like she was trying to like attack me, saying that I don't ask about how she is and whatnot, and I said I do, but every time I do, she doesn't want to express who she is. She doesn't want to tell me what she's doing. She doesn't want to tell me what's been going on. It's all it's all private, and all she does is talk to my mom on the phone almost every day. And then my mom tries to tell me, oh, but she has no one to talk to, and I'm like, okay, but I don't have anyone to talk to. I just talk to people at work. I got no friends like that. I don't talk to my like old friends anymore like that, because like I move forward in life. I'm trying to, a lot of people don't really talk to anyone that they used to talk to when they were young. So I told my mom that there's just no difference, because she's still my sister. And then when I told my sister this, that like, what you are to me, you're just a stranger to me, because I don't know nothing of what's going on. And then she tries to tell me that, were you there on my deathbed? Were you there like when I was dying of this and that, And I said to her, I'm like, you never told me this, because you want to keep everything personal. It's not my fault that I'm trying to ask and how you're doing and try to get to know my sister. It's not my fault. You're the one that have a wall, and you don't want to let me in, where I'm trying to get in and trying to understand who is my sister. And then she's just over here attacking me, saying that I don't care about her. I don't care about my mom. I don't care about my sister. And I'm like, why are you lying? Like, I never said that. So I just dropped the conversation with her, because she was just so closed in. She think that she is right 100%, and I wasn't even trying to prove that I'm right. I was just trying to tell her like, hey, this and that, But it's just really sad that like I spent most of my time trying to understand what she dealing with, and I don't want to put any pressure onto her. I don't want to make her feel like it's all me. I don't want to make myself feel like I am the middle of the world. I am the center of it, and everyone's against me. I don't want to feel that way. When I was young, I used to feel that way. I felt like I was the center, because like I was never appreciated for anything that I did. But since I'm grown up now, I more like don't want to start anything with anyone. I just want to understand what's going on. So now, like, my family is not like we're not together anymore. We're just separated. And I told my mom this, that I made her I think I sat with her on the couch and I said, "Hey, can we talk? I feel like this is something I need to say." So I told her this. I already know everything. I already know the secrets that you kept from me because my lawyer had to get it from the state. I know certain things that about me that you never want to share with me. But since you have kept this from me, as I am 26 years old, once I move, I do not want to associate with her anymore. I know that's so wrong for me to say this, but it's more like I want to focus on my life. I want to have a life. I want to have a kid. I want to have a son. I want to focus on my own life. And I know that sounds really wrong for what I said, but I'm gonna be honest, my entire life that I've been living here with my mother and my sisters and trying to understand them is that I'm no longer gonna be accepted, and they have not shown any of that to me. And I feel like that, like, every day I'm like feeling hurt and I haven't moved forward because I'm stuck here trying to figure them out. And I'm to a point where I'm getting to a point where I'm getting older, getting way older, and I just don't want to deal with that anymore. So I want to be like, okay, if they don't want me in the way that they've been treating me, I want to focus on my life with my own life, with my if when I get married, have kids and have a life with them. I don't want to go to a point where that I want them in my life, maybe in the future, maybe one day in the future, if I decide to talk to them again, I can't say that I don't want them ever, I don't know, because, I can't be certain, because possibly one day something's going to happen and I would need to know, but as how it is, from what I'm feeling now and how my road is going, if I decide to constantly live in this route with them, I'm never going anywhere. So after finding out everything about me and what's been going on, I decided to make my choice and decide to separate my life with them and start my own life. Like, I already feel like I don't even have a mom and a father, because I grew up with I grew up without a father, and I feel like I already grew up without a mother, because my mom was never really there for me. And I felt like I was an orphan. 100%. It felt like that. So I wouldn't say that it's the end of the road with my family, but I would say for with the way I'm going, it's a start to something I want to do in life. And I feel like that's something I wanted to share with you guys. And you guys deserve to know the truth and what's been going on. But that is pretty much what's been happening. I did had a conversation with my girl, and she was talking to me, checking up my YouTube and saying like, "Hey, why haven't you should start uploading videos, and why haven't you upload?" And I told her, I don't know. I just didn't have that. I didn't know what to, like, if I should bring this up or not. But I felt like this is something I needed to bring up to you guys. And I feel like you guys deserve to know, and to let you guys know I am okay, I'm alive. I did get depressed, but I am better now, and I've been focusing on where I needed to go. And since I have a court date with my family for guardianship, I already know what I'm gonna get, and I know that I'm winning on this court date, because for what happened with my family decides to keep secrets from me, and that those secrets is affecting them now. So when it comes down to, I will feel like this. Let's put it as a life lesson for anyone, including me, that if you have a kid or a son or a daughter and they have something that is wrong with them, or something that you don't appreciate them, and you kept it from them and you wrote it in records and stuff, and you don't tell your kid until when they're even an adult, then the government or whatever person that's helping from the security will let you know. They don't keep anything secret from you if it's you. As long as you have your rights, that's all that matters to you. Your rights, it's what brings rights for you. So, hope I said that, if that made more sense. But if I had a kid, I would tell my kid once he's an adult, and tell him that, hey, this is what it is, this is what you have, this is what I see in you, this is what's been going on. And I don't want my kid to suffer the same way I suffered. And I want to break that chain so it's never going to happen. Because since it happened to me, I don't want my kids to suffer the same way that I did. He deserves rights as well as I do. And I would love my kid as much as he loved me. And if my kid decided to be an editor or whatever he wants to be, a designer, or he wants to be a cop or wants to be work at NASA, whatever it is, I will be so proud of him because he did some things that I couldn't even do. And that's all that matters. Because he's trying to move forward in life. I want my kid to be better than me, and I don't care. I want him to be way better than me. And I'm going to do my very best to be there for my son. My family would come first before anything else, including my job. I would rather get fired if my job told me that I can't go see my kid in his graduation and I have to work on that day. I'd rather get fired. My kid comes first. My son, my daughter, doesn't matter. They come first. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, sorry for the very long wait. But thank you guys for checking out this video. And if you actually managed to read it been here since if you managed to be watching from this long, let me know what you think, and please write down in the comments below if you think if anything that I need to be discussing, or something that I need to be aware. I would like to know you guys' opinions of what I said and what's been going on. Feel free to put the time of the video and then pin it down so I may know what you were talking about on these conversations. But thank you guys for watching. I see you guys later. Deuces. And stay active.